My name is Tan Lim Kai Xuan, metric number 299855. So I will be talking about the reason UUMIT was selected for this risk assessment and the main objective of this assessment. First, UUMIT is the main operational unit responsible for managing and overseeing UUM's IT infrastructure, and it is one of UUM's Pusat Tanggung Jawab PTJ. It is responsible for maintaining and overseeing critical IT services that supports several functions within the campus, such as academic, administrative, and research. Next, the reason why UUMIT was selected for this risk assessment and business impact analysis is because it is one of UUM's most important departments at ensuring that the university can operate without any hassle. And the main objective of this assessment is to identify potential threats that could disrupt UUMIT's core operations and also evaluate the likelihood and impact of each risk, while also identifying critical activities and processes of UUMIT.
My name is Loading Xiong and my merchant number is 299181. So I will describe the risk assessment part. So for 2.1 is identification of key threats and risks. And there are 6 risks in UUMIT. The first risk is power supply failure. The identified risk is campus-wide power supply disruption. And the source is external. So this risk affected data center, servers, network, Wi-Fi, and academic system. So number 2 is hardware failure. The identified risk is server or network equipment breakdown. The source is internal. So this risk affected UM portal, online learning, data center operation, and UM student 2.0 app. And number 3 is staffing risk. The identified risk is insufficient permanent IT staff, and the source is internal. And this risk affected system monitoring, system recovery, and maintenance. And number 4 is system overload. And the identified risk is high number of traffic and ongoing user. The source is internal, and this risk also affected UM portal and e-learning platform. So the number 5 is cybersecurity risk. So the identified risk is cyber attacks or system intrusion, and the source is external. So this risk affected servers, data integrity, and user service. And the last risk is environmental risk. So the identified risk is cooling system failure or equipment damage, and the source is internal. So the last risk only affected data center infrastructure. As we can see, this is the table of risk analysis and evaluation. The highlighted risks are assessed based on their likelihood of occurrence and impact on university operations. So there are also 6 risks. The first risk is power supply failure. The likelihood and impact is 3, and the risk score is 9. The evaluation of this risk is several impact on all IT-dependent operations. And number 2 is hardware failure risk. The likelihood is 2, and impact is 3, and the risk score is 6. The evaluation is critical system become unavailable. And number 3 is staffing risk. The likelihood is 3, and the impact is 2, and risk score is 6. The evaluation of this risk is lower response and recovery time. And number 4 is system overload. The likelihood is 3, impact is 2, and risk score is 6. And the evaluation is academic system inaccessible for students. And number 5 is cyber security risk. The likelihood is 2, impact is 3, and the risk score is 6. And the evaluation of this risk is potential data and service compromise. And the last risk is environmental risk. The likelihood and impact is 2, and the risk score is 4. So the evaluation is moderate infrastructure impact. That's all from me. Thank you.
Good morning, doctor. My name is Chaka Chow and my machine number is 299706. Today I'll be presenting about risk matrix. So this slide actually shows the risk matrix used in the business continuity management assessment for University Utara, Malaysia, Information Technology, or also called as UMIT. So this purpose of this matrix is to actually to identify, evaluate, and prioritize risks based on their likelihood of occurrence and also the potential impact on daily operations. So the likelihood scale range from rare to almost certain, while the impact scale range from insignificant to catastrophic. So based on these two factors, risks are classified as low, moderate, high, or extreme. So allowing management to actually focus on the most critical threats. From this assessment, 6 key risks were identified. The first risk is power supply failure, second risk is hardware failure, third risk is system overload, and the fourth risk is cybersecurity risk, which are all classified as extreme risk and are put in the red zone. Due to the significant impact on UMIT operations and data security, the fifth risk is staffing risk is assessed as high, as its limited technical personnel may delay system support, while the last risk, which is the environmental risk, is considered moderate due to its lower frequency. Overall, the risk matrix supports UMIT business continuity management process by prioritizing high and extreme risks, which form the basis for the risk mitigation and also continuing strategies, which will be discussed in the next slide. Thank you. So continuing from 2.3, which is risk matrix, now I'll be talking about 2.4, which is risk prioritization, where the risk prioritization is actually done for UMIT and is to rank risk by severity and urgency so that mitigation efforts can be focused effectively. So from the table, as we can be seen, 4 risks are classified as extreme and assigned a very high priority. This includes power supply failures, system overload, hardware failure, and also cybersecurity risks, all of which have the potential to cause major disruption to UMIT operations, system availability, and also data security. Staffing risk is assessed as a high priority as shortage in technical personnel may actually delay system support and recovery. Finally, which is environmental risk, is considered as a medium priority as it occurs less frequently but may still impact IT infrastructure. Overall, this prioritization enables UMIT to focus first on very high and high priority risks, which will be addressed through appropriate risk mitigation and business continuity strategy. Thank you.
The UUM integration student portal is a critical system for students and staff. It relies on portal admins, UUM staff, and services like the Student Info System database and authentication servers. The impact of outage within 0 to 2 hours, students lost access to core services, leading to a surge in support costs. Within 2 to 8 hours, academic process like registrations and payments are delayed. This might risking missed deadlines and beyond 1 day, enrollment are suspended, exam planning is delayed, and significant reputational damage occurs. For recovery targets, the system has a recovery time objective of 4 hours during operating hours and a maximum acceptable outage of 12 hours. This underscores why the portal is a priority for resilient planning. The Learning Management System (LMS) is central to our digital teaching and learning. Involve UNIT staff, lecturers, and students, along with key services like video servers and hosting partners. The impact of an outage within 0 to 2 hours, online classes, quizzes, and assignments freeze. Lecturer cannot post new materials. For multiple days, instructional continuity breakdowns, courses development stalled, and learning is impacted, creating accreditation risk. For recovery targets, the system has a recovery times objective of 6 hours during operating hours and a maximum acceptable outage of 24 hours. Protecting the LMS is essential to maintaining educational qualities and compliance. The online assessment and examination system is among our most time-critical, involving the examination units, lecturers, and students, along with essential tools like secure brochure and proctoring software. The impact of downtimes within 0 to 2 hours. Exams in progress are suspended, potentially causing data loss and immediate administrative charges. Within 2 to 8 hours, exams are delayed or cancelled, creating massive rescheduling rescheduling issues, and harming our credibility. For multiple days, consequences become creeping, causing academic delays, postponed graduations, and risk to accreditations. For recovering targets, during exam periods, the system have a recovering time objective of 1 hour and maximum acceptable outage of 4 hours, while during off-peak times, the system have a recovering time objective of 12 hours and maximum acceptable outage of 48 hours. The resilience of this system is essential for upholding academic integrity and our institutional reputation. The research student management system is essential for postgraduate students, supervisors, and IPS staff. The impact of an outage within 0 to 2 hours, critical thesis submissions, reviews, and time-sensitive reports halt immediately. Within 2 to 8 hours, major administrative process like rescheduling defense stop. This might creating bottlenecks. For multiple days, the entire research life cycles and graduation pipelines are several compromises. This might affecting fundings, scholarships, and institution outputs. To balance critical needs with reality, the system has a recovering time objective of 12 hours and a maximum acceptable outage of 48 hours. Protecting this system is vital to sustaining our research missions and postgraduate community.
My name is Vanessa Ng, matrix number 2998533. Now I will talk about 4.1, which is the recommendation for minimizing disruption. So first, UMIT should prioritize the continuity of power supply because power supply will affect all the IT system. So the recommended strategy is to install and maintain uninterruptible power supply, which is UPS system, and also backup generators with regular testing. And this is to ensure a continuous operation during a power outage. Next, which is the system capacity. UMIT should monitor the system performance, upgrade their server, and also using load balancing and scalable system like cloud support because this can help to distribute the user traffic and also reduce the downtime and also improve the system stability. The third is the hardware and environment. So UMIT is recommended to conduct a regular maintenance and also monitor their server because this can help to detect the problems early and also prevent a system damage. In addition, is cybersecurity. So UMIT are recommended to apply a security patch, firewalls, antivirus, and also access control. This can help to protect the system and data from cyber threats. Also, UMIT need to be aware of the staffing risk because a staff shortage and dependency on key personnel. And the recommended strategy is provide a cross-train among the IT staff and also document their SOP when there's emergency. This is to ensure the continuity when the key staff are unavailable. So the last one is environmental risk, especially the risk related to data center cooling system. The recommended strategy is to maintain and monitor the cooling system. This can help to prevent an overheating and also equipment damage. Next, I will talk about 4.2, which is the backup and recovery methods. So first, UMIT should implement a regular and automated data backups. It should be conducted daily backup and also a full backup during weekly to reduce their data loss. Next is offsite backup. So UMIT should provide an extra protection for offsite and cloud-based backup. They should conduct the backup continuously to prevent the data loss from physical disaster like fire, flood, and the next one is recovery procedure. So UMIT should document it and record the system recovery procedure because this procedure clearly define the responsibility and state which system could be recovered first. So it can ensure a faster system restoration afterwards. And that also UMIT should conduct a regular recovery drills and testing to ensure that the staff are familiar with the process so that to improve their staff readiness during an emergency happen. So after the recovery, UMIT should do a version control and data verification to ensure the data accuracy. Now we'll talk about 4.3, which is the communication and escalation suggestion. So first, UMIT should develop a formal incident communication plan that clearly explains that who is responsible for communication and which channel should be used. Next is about internal updates. So internal stakeholders like IT staff, lecturer, administrator, and university management should receive a timely update during an incident for a better coordination. Next is during the disruption, UMIT should use an official channel like university email or a WhatsApp announcement or their social media to share the information to the students and lecturer to ensure that the message can reach to them. Next, UMIT should clearly define an incident escalation process. Serious incident that will affect a critical system should be escalated immediately to their management team so this can help to make a decision quickly. After the incident is solved, UMIT should conduct a post-incident review because this review helps to identify the causes and evaluate how effective the response was. So the review is to improve a future preparedness.
So, in conclusion, the continuity risk assessment and business impact analysis for UMIT has revealed significant vulnerabilities within the university's IT infrastructure. Most notably, power supply failure, system overload, hardware failure, and cybersecurity threats are identified as extreme risks which require extensive attention. And the business impact assessment BIA also showed that different systems within UMIT have varying RTO and MTO values. To mitigate this risk, UMIT should prioritize the continuity of its power supply, implement regular and automated data backups for all critical systems, and exercise good communication and clear escalation procedures to ensure that the university's day-to-day core operations can run smoothly with, with minimal interruptions. So that's all for my part. Thank you.